Greetings, children. Welcome to my channel Inside Accountancy by Shakun. Today we'll be talking about Chapter 5 Admission of a Partner. This is a very important topic, very important chapter because it is a part of accounting for partnership which comprises 30 marks out of your paper. Also, there is a short 8-mark question that shall come in the exam in the CBSE board along with either some MCQs or a 3-mark question. So that is a surety. That is why it is a very important chapter. The contents of this video would be admission of a partner, effect of admission of a partner, adjustments required at the time of admission of a partner, change in PSR, examples based on the above. So admission of a partner, what does it mean? Admission of a partner means when a new partner enters into a previously existing partnership firm. So admission of a partner basically is the reconstitution of the firm because with the admission of a partner, the existing agreement, it comes to an end and a new agreement must be formed which should include the new partner also. The capital contribution by the new partner, his share of profit and other conditions are agreed upon at the time of admission of a partner. The new partner or the joining partner, he becomes liable for the liabilities of the firm and he also gets to have a share in the assets and the future profits of the firm. So let's talk about admission of a partner in detail. According to Section 31 of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, a person can be admitted as a new partner only in case of these two conditions. First, if it is so agreed in the partnership deed, that is, the partners have agreed to it and have written it down in the partnership deed, or in the absence of the partnership deed, if all the partners agree for the admission of a new partner, then a new partner may be admitted. Now, when a new partner is admitted, he gets to have certain rights. There are two main rights which the new partner gets. The first is the right to share future profits of the firm. When he becomes a partner, after that, whatever profits the firms make, the new partner gets to have a share in that. Also, he gets a right to share in the assets of the firm. Whatever valuable property that the firm has, the new partner gets a share in them. Also, the new partner will be liable for any kind of liability that is incurred after admission or any kind of loss which is borne by the firm. So, he has to be liable for such liabilities and losses also, but he gets to have a share in future profits in the assets of the firm also. Now, the new partner or the incoming partner, he receives share in future profits which is equal to the sacrifice of the profit that is made by one or more of the existing partners. So what happens is the existing partners, they sacrifice their share in order to accommodate the new partner. So the new partner gets his share because of the sacrifice made by the old or the existing partners. Therefore, the new partner must compensate all the partners who sacrifice their share in profits in his or her favor. So, he should be compensating those sacrificing partners. The amount new partner pays for their sacrifice is called goodwill, or we commonly call it as premium for goodwill. So, premium for goodwill is the compensation that is paid by the new or incoming partner who is also the gaining partner to the sacrificing partners, that is the existing or the old partners. Moving on, let's talk about the effects of admission of a partner. So whenever there is admission of a new partner, it basically leads to dissolution of the partnership agreement but not the partnership firm. So the agreement comes to an end but the partnership continues to exist. The new or incoming partner, he gets entitled to share future profits of the firm and also he gets some amount, some agreed amount as capital into the firm. The new partner, he also acquires the right in assets and it becomes liable for the liability. These were the two rights. This one, the right in assets and the right to share future profits. These were the two rights which were acquired by a newly admitted partner. Then what happens is Adjustment has to be made for any kind of accumulated profits and reserves, such as workman compensation reserve, investment fluctuation reserve, general reserve, any kind of accumulated loss such as advertisement, suspense, etc. So an adjustment has to be made for all these accumulated profits and reserves. Then at the time of admission, the assets are revalued and the liabilities are reassessed to see if there is any gain or loss, if any, that has to be shared or borne between the old partners in the old ratio. The goodwill of the firm is also valued and adjusted because the new partner, he has to pay to the sacrificing partners. He has to compensate by way of goodwill to the sacrificing partners. So these were the various effects that happen at the time of admission of a partner. Also, the various adjustments which are required on admission of a partner. Why are these adjustments required? Because admission of a partner leads to reconstitution of the firm. And whenever there is reconstitution of the firm, as I've already talked about in my previous video, change in profit sharing ratio, you can refer to that by clicking on the I button. So whenever there is reconstitution of the firm, there are certain issues which have to be addressed, such as change in profit sharing ratio, valuation and adjustment of goodwill, accounting for reserves, accumulated profits, revaluation of assets and liabilities, and adjustment of capital in new ratio, in the new profit sharing ratio. So we are going to study all these topics in this chapter also. Today we'll be talking about change in profit sharing ratio. So whenever there is change in profit sharing ratio, basically it means determining the new profit sharing ratio as well as the sacrificing ratio. Now, the new profit sharing ratio is a ratio in which all the partners, including the new or incoming partner, will share future profits and losses of the firm. So after the new partner is admitted, the ratio in which all the partners will share profits and losses is known as new profit sharing ratio. Now, what is the sacrificing ratio? Now, in order for the new partner to come into the firm, the existing partners or the old partners, they sacrifice or they forego their share in order to accommodate the new partner. So, the ratio in which the old or existing partners forego or sacrifice their share of profit in favor of the new partner is known as sacrificing ratio. We have also studied about the sacrificing ratio in the previous chapter, that is change in profit sharing ratio. Moving on. Now, there are certain cases in respect of change in profit sharing ratio where the new ratio and sacrificing ratio are to be ascertained. So, there are various situations that may arise. So, I have made them concise and I have put them down in the form of certain cases which are very, very important. See, children, these cases are very important because a separate question might not come, just a 1 mark question might come relating to such calculations, but this is a part of the 8 mark question, and your 8 mark question depends upon your knowledge about the different cases for the calculation of new ratio and sacrificing ratio. So if you do not know how to calculate these sacrificing ratio and new ratio, then your 8 mark question, there are a lot of chances that it may go wrong. So it is very, very important. So case 1, when new partners share, an old ratio is given. So in the question, the new partners share is given, an old ratio is given, but the sacrifice made by old partners is not given. So in such a situation, it is assumed that the new partner has acquired his share from old partners in their old ratio. So when no other information is given regarding sacrifice, it is assumed that the old ratio is equal to the sacrificing ratio. So you do not need to calculate the sacrificing ratio. It will be the same as old ratio. Also, the new profit sharing ratio can be determined by taking the following steps. First is you deduct the new or incoming partner's share from 1. So we assume that the total share of the firm is 1. From that we subtract the new partner's share, and then whatever is left, the remaining share, that is divided between the old partners in their old ratio. So let's understand this with the help of an example. So A and B, they are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2, and C is the new partner who comes into the firm with 1/4 share. So this information would be given to you in the question. So when only such information is given, that is when the old ratio and new partner's share is given, then how do you calculate the sacrificing ratio and the new ratio? So in such circumstances, when only this information is given, then the sacrificing ratio and old ratio are same. So our sacrificing ratio will be 3:2. Now for calculating the new ratio, we have to assume that the total share of the firm be 1. So from this 1, we know if the new firm's share is 1, we know that in the new firm, C's share, the new partner's share is going to be 1/4. So the remaining share of the new firm will be 1 minus the new partner's share, which gives us 3/4. So this is the remaining share of the new firm, which must be divided between A and B in their old ratio. So new share is equal to remaining share, that is the share which you just calculated, into the old share, that is the old ratio. So A's new share will be equal to the remaining share, that is 3/4, multiplied by his share in the old ratio, his old share. What is his old share? Just look at the old ratio, 3/5. So the remaining share 3/4 multiplied by 3/5 gives us 9/20. Similarly for B, the remaining share 3/4 multiplied by his old share, that is 2/5, gives us 6/20. Now C's share was given to us in the question as 1/4. That was given, but we need to make the bases equal in order to calculate the ratio. So just to make the bases equal, I have multiplied it by 5/5. So 5/5 is actually 1 only, but after I multiply it by 5/5, the resultant figure is 5/20. Now the bases are equal, so my ratio is 9:6:5. That is the new ratio. So please remember, when no other information is given, only the old ratio and the new partner's share is given, then the sacrificing ratio and old ratio are always same, and the new ratio can be calculated by assuming the total share to be 1, finding out the remaining share and dividing the remaining share into the old ratio. Moving on to the case 2, when new partners share and future ratio between old partners is given, but sacrifice made by old partners is not given. Now in this question, this case is similar to the previous case. The only difference is that one extra thing is given, that is future ratio between A and B. Now please do not get confused. Future ratio is not the new ratio. Future ratio means that in the new ratio, the new ratio has to be between A, B and C. So in the new ratio, that is A is to B is to C, the ratio between A and B will be 1:1. So out of the total new ratio A is to B is to C, the ratio between A and B will be 1:1. That's a condition that has been attached. So this case is different from the previous case. The first two things were mentioned in the previous case also. This is the addition which has been mentioned here. So in such circumstances, what we do, again we calculate it in the same manner. Let the total share of the firm be 1. Then we calculate the remaining share by subtracting the new partner's share. 1 minus 1/4, which is equal to 3/4. Then we calculate the new share. Now the only difference is, in the previous case, the remaining share was multiplied by the old share. But when the future ratio is given, then the remaining share is multiplied by the future share. Okay, I hope you understand. I'll just show it to you. This was the case 1. In the case 1, the remaining share was multiplied by old share. Why? Because the future ratio here was not given. So we multiplied by old share. But in the case 2, according to the given items, we are multiplying the remaining share by the future share. So A's new share will be the remaining share 3/4 into the future share, that is 1/2, equals to 3/8. So B's new share will be equal to, again the remaining share 3/4 into 1/2, that is 3/8. So C's share was given in the question as 1/4. In order to make the bases equal, I have multiplied it by 2/2, resulting into 2/8. So the new ratio is 3:3:2. Now just look, this new ratio is between A, B and C. So the ratio between A and B is 3:3 or 1:1. So our condition of 1:1 is satisfied in the new ratio. Now the other thing was, we have calculated the new ratio. We need to calculate the sacrificing ratio. Now the sacrificing ratio obviously is equal to, the old ratio was greater obviously, because of the new partner they have to sacrifice. So old ratio minus new ratio will be equal to the sacrificing ratio. So A's sacrifice will be equal to, his old ratio was 3/2 and B's old ratio was 3/5 and 2/5. So the old ratio minus the new ratio. The new ratio is 3 by, the total of all these 3/8, and for B also it is 3/8. So therefore we get the sacrifice, that is 9/40, 1/40. Therefore the sacrificing ratio is 9:1. I hope you understand the difference between case 1 and case 2. In case 1, only the old ratio and new partner share was given. But in case 2, old ratio, new partner share and future ratio was given. So rest everything remains same. You calculate it by calculating the remaining share only. But the only difference is, in the first case, remaining share was multiplied by the old ratio because future ratio was not given. But in this case, remaining share is multiplied by future ratio because it was given in the question. Moving on, the case 3, when old ratio and new ratio both are given. Now this is the easiest case. So old ratio A is to B is also given in the question, and new ratio 3:2:1 is also given in the question. So you don't need to calculate the new ratio, you only have to calculate the sacrificing ratio, which is equal to old ratio minus the new ratio. So 3/5, 2/5 minus 3/6, 2/6. So it gives you 3/30 and 2/30. So the sacrificing ratio is 3:2. Some students get confused that why C's sacrifice is not calculated, because C is the new partner, he is the incoming partner, he is gaining, and the remaining existing old partners are sacrificing. That is why the sacrificing ratio has been calculated for A and B. Moving on to case 4, when old ratio and sacrifice, or the sacrificing ratio, either of the two is given in the question. Now what happens is, what is given here, A and B are sharing in the ratio of 3:2. This is the old ratio. A surrenders 1/10 from his share. B surrenders 1/5 from his share. So basically the old share is given and the sacrifice, or sometimes in some question the ratio is given. The sacrificing ratio is given. This example which I have taken is when the sacrifice is given. Okay. Now look at this question and read it again. A surrenders 1/10 from his share. It means that out of A's share he gives 1/10 to C. And B surrenders 1/5 from his share. That means out of B's share, 1/5 he is giving to C, the new partner. Okay, so whenever the word from is written here, you always remember that the sacrifice is given to you in the question. Whenever you read the word from, you should understand that sacrifice is given. Therefore, A's sacrifice is 1/10 and B's sacrifice was 1/5. We have made the bases equal, so that is 2/10. Therefore, the sacrificing ratio will be 1:2. So whenever the word from is given, please understand sacrifice is given. You only need to calculate the sacrificing ratio. As far as the new ratio is concerned, it will be calculated by subtracting the sacrificing ratio from the old ratio. So old ratio minus the sacrificing ratio gives us new ratio. So A and B, in case of A and B, their old ratio, old share, that is 3/5 and 2/5. From the old share, we have subtracted the sacrifice. What was the sacrifice? 1/10 and 2/10. So gives us 5/10 and 2/10. Please note that sometimes the children get confused, and what they write here is, the sacrificing share that they write here is 1/3 and 2/3. That is wrong. The sacrificing ratio is for the purpose of goodwill. Here when you are subtracting, you should subtract the amount of sacrifice. So amount of sacrifice was 1/10 and 2/10. So we have calculated A and B's share. Now C's share may be given in the question or if it is not given in the question, then we simply are going to add the sacrifice of old partners. Therefore, the C's share, which I have not taken here as given in the question, so therefore C's share will be equal to the sacrifice of A, the sacrifice of B, totaling to 3 by 10. Therefore, the new ratio is 5 is to 2 is to 3. I hope this is clear. So whenever the word from is written, always remember from means that the sacrifice is given and the new ratio has to be calculated by subtracting the sacrifice from old ratio. This is very, very important. Moving on to case 5. When new partner acquires his share in a particular fraction from old or existing partners. This will be more clear as and when I start explaining the case to you. So what is given in the question? A and B, they are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3 is to 2. That is the old ratio. A surrenders or sacrifices 1 by 2 of his share. B surrenders 1 by 4 of his share. So whenever you read the word of, it should be clear to you that this is not the sacrifice that is given. This is the proportion of sacrifice. So if I read it again, A surrenders 1 by 2 of his share. It means that A surrenders half of his share. That is, his share into 1 by 2 will be his amount of sacrifice. So whenever you read the word of, you should know that sacrifice is not given and you have to calculate it by multiplying. So A's sacrifice will be, A ka share was 3 by 5. So 3 by 5 into his sacrificing proportion, that is 1 by 2. So 3 by 5 into 1 by 2 is 3 by 10. B's sacrifice will be equal to, he surrenders 1/4 of his share. His share was 2 by 5 into 1 by 4, that is 1 by 10. So the sacrificing ratio would be 3 is to 1. Moving on, the new ratio, as we normally do, is calculated by subtracting the sacrificing share from the old share. So the old share of A and B was 3 by 5 and 2 by 5. Their sacrificing share, which we just calculated in the previous step, was 3 by 10 and 1 by 10, giving us the new share of 3 by 10 and 3 by 10. Now C's share again may or may not be given. So if it is given, then good. If it is not given, then we just add the sacrifices of the existing partners. So the sacrifice of A was 3 by 10. For B, it was 1 by 10. We just add them together. So C's share is 4 by 10. Therefore, the new ratio is 3 is to 3 is to 4. So this was the case when off was given. So please remember that off means that the sacrifice is not given. You will multiply and then calculate the sacrificing share, and the new ratio as normal can be calculated by subtracting the sacrifice from the new ratio. Moving on. Case 6. When one of the existing partner retains his share in the new firm. Now, there may be certain circumstances that at the time of admission of a new partner, one of the existing partners may say that he does not want to sacrifice his share and he is going to retain his original share. He is going to retain his old share. In such a circumstance, what do we do? So, let's take an example. Let us assume that all these things are given in the question. ABC partners sharing in the ratio of 3 to 1, that's the old ratio. Now D is a new partner, he comes with 1/4 share, and it's mentioned in the question that C retains his original share. So when it is written that the existing partner retains his original share, so this case is very simple. It is similar to case 1. Like in case 1, when no additional information regarding the sacrifice was mentioned, we used to calculate the new share by assuming the total share of the firm to be 1. Then calculating the remaining share, that is 1 minus the new partner's share. So we are going to follow the same technique, but in this question, since C is going to retain his original share, therefore C's share, what is C's share? 1 by 6. So C's share 1 by 6 is also subtracted while calculating the remaining share, because C's share is not going to change. Therefore, the share of the firm minus new partner's share minus the partner who is going to retain his share. It gives us 14 by 24. Now this 14 by 24 is the remaining share which is to be distributed between A and B only. So the new share, as we know, is calculated by multiplying the remaining share into the old share. Now we only need to calculate it for A and B. Please note and listen very carefully. We need to calculate it only for A and B. Okay. So this 14 by 24, the remaining share is only for A and B. So what is the ratio of A and B? The ratio of A and B is 3:2, not 3:2:1. We are not taking C into consideration because his share has already been subtracted. Therefore, this remaining share has to be distributed in the ratio of A and B, that is 3:2. So therefore 14 by 24, the remaining share is multiplied by 3 by 5 and 2 by 5, giving us 42 by 120, 28 by 120. Now C is retaining his share. Therefore, his share will be same as before, which is 1 by 6, but we need to make the bases equal. So therefore, we have multiplied it by 20 by 20 in order to get the bases equal. Therefore, C's share in the new firm is 20 by 120. In case of D, his share was given in the question as 1 by 4. Again, we have made the bases equal. So his new share is 30 by 120. So therefore, the new ratio is 42 is to 28 is to 20 is to 30. Now we can also take any common divisor and reduce it further. So I've divided it by 2. So 21 is to 14 is to 10 is to 15. This is our new ratio. So in this ratio, in this question, sorry, in this case, this one is similar to the case 1. Okay, and the only difference being that instead of only subtracting the new partner's share, we have also subtracted the share of the partner who is going to retain his share. So in this video, we have talked about admission of a partner, the various effects of admission, the various adjustments which are required on admission of a partner, the change in profit sharing ratio, that is the calculation of new ratio and sacrificing ratio by taking into consideration various cases and situations along with examples. If you liked my content, please like my video. Hit the bell button in case you want to get notified. Show some love. Subscribe to my channel. In case of any queries, you can contact me on my email ID or leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you so much for being so patient.